Forget everything you think you know about volcanoes. Forget the dramatic cone-shaped mountains spewing lava. We're not talking about Vesuvius, Etna, or even Yellowstone today. We're going deep into the heart of Italy, to a place where the danger isn't a single peak but the very ground beneath your feet. This is the story of Campi Flegrei, the fiery fields, a sprawling, hidden supervolcano that's showing signs of waking up, and what scientists are seeing has them holding their breath. So, what exactly is Campi Flegrei? Imagine a massive underground chamber of magma, miles wide, simmering just beneath one of Italy's most densely populated areas, the city of Naples. This isn't your typical volcano. It's a caldera. Think of it like a giant lid on a boiling pot. Its last supercolossal eruption, about 40,000 years ago, was one of the largest in European history, plunging the continent into a volcanic winter and possibly contributing to the extinction of the Neanderthals. It literally changed the climate of the planet. Another significant eruption 15,000 years ago formed the caldera we see today. For centuries, this giant has been relatively quiet, breathing slowly. But now the breathing is getting faster. The ground in this region is literally rising and falling, a phenomenon known as bradyseism. It's like the Earth is taking deep, uneasy breaths. In the early 1980s, the ground rose by an astonishing 6 feet, forcing the evacuation of an entire town. After a period of calm, this upward movement has started again and it's accelerating. Since 2005, the ground has risen by more than 4 feet. This isn't just a geological curiosity. It's a direct indicator that something is changing deep within the magma chamber. Pressure is building, gases are accumulating, and the rock above is being stretched to its limits. Alongside this unsettling uplift, there's another more audible sign of unrest. Earthquakes. Thousands of them. They're mostly small, what volcanologists call a seismic swarm. But their frequency is off the charts. In just the past year, the area has experienced more earthquakes than in the previous decade combined. Residents are now used to the constant rattling of windows and shaking ground. Each tremor is a reminder of the immense power stirring just a few miles below. These quakes are the sound of the Earth's crust cracking and groaning under immense strain. Scientists at the Vesuvius Observatory are monitoring this 24/7 because they know that this is often the prelude to something much, much bigger. So why is this happening now? The leading theory is that gases, which were once dissolved in the magma-like fizz in a soda bottle, are separating and rising. This creates immense pressure that pushes the ground up and fractures the rock. At the same time, molten rock, or magma, might also be moving into the system from deeper within the Earth's mantle, adding even more stress. The critical question on every volcanologist's mind is this: is the crust strong enough to withstand this pressure, or will it eventually fracture and fail? A recent study published in Nature suggests the crust is becoming weaker and more prone to rupture. The rock is being stretched thin, and as one scientist put it, it's like stretching a piece of elastic. At first it stretches easily, but the more you pull, the less it stretches and the closer it gets to snapping. Let's be clear about what's at stake. A full-scale eruption of Campi Flegrei would be a catastrophe on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. We're not just talking about a local disaster. The immediate area is home to over 500,000 people living directly inside the caldera. The greater Naples area has a population of over 3 million. An eruption could produce pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas and ash moving at hundreds of miles per hour, incinerating everything in their path. The ash cloud would be colossal, potentially rising into the stratosphere, blocking out the sun, disrupting global air travel for months or even years, and triggering a volcanic winter. This would lead to widespread crop failures and a global food crisis. The last major eruption, which was much smaller than a full-scale event, occurred in 1538 and created an entirely new mountain in just a few days. We're talking about a force of nature that can reshape the planet. Now, it's crucial to say that nobody is predicting an imminent, world-ending eruption. The most likely scenario for now is continued unrest, more earthquakes, and perhaps smaller localized steam or magma eruptions. The Italian authorities are not taking any chances. They have a detailed, color-coded alert system and sophisticated evacuation plans in place for the hundreds of thousands of people in the designated red zone. These plans are constantly being tested and updated because in a situation like this, preparedness is everything. The challenge is immense. How do you evacuate a major metropolitan area on short notice? It's a logistical nightmare that emergency planners are working tirelessly to solve. But the uncertainty is the hardest part. Unlike a hurricane, which you can track for days, a volcanic eruption can happen with very little warning. Is the current activity just the volcano clearing its throat, or is it the beginning of the main event? Scientists are using every tool at their disposal, from GPS and satellite radar to measure ground deformation, to seismometers that listen to the Earth's heartbeat, to gas sensors that sniff the air for volcanic fumes. They're building a picture of what's happening underground. But the truth is, no one can say for sure what the giant will do next. It could go back to sleep for another 100 years, or things could escalate rapidly. What's happening at Campi Flegrei is a powerful, humbling reminder that we live on a dynamic and powerful planet. It's a geologic drama playing out in real time, with profound implications for millions of people and potentially the entire world. It's not about fear-mongering. It's about understanding the world around us and respecting the incredible forces that have shaped it. The fiery fields are awake and stirring, and the world is watching, hoping this sleeping giant decides to roll over and go back to sleep. For now, we can only watch, wait, and listen to what the Earth is trying to tell us. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of the world's most dangerous volcanoes. If you found this fascinating and want to learn more about the incredible planet we live on, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.